Sir King. Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
Sir King.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king. I love me some Avatar Nation.
Damn! Oh, hell no.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
All right, what's up, everybody? Excuse me. I hope you guys are doing well. I do want to apologize for that last broadcast that I had. I went back and listened to it. Oh, Lord, it was so much static. But like I said, that was on my mobile device. So that's a StreamYard issue. I don't know what they did or what they didn't do or what they stopped doing, because that before that was an issue. And as you know, you see a lot of content creators having that issue when they go live from their mobile device. But I do apologize for that. I mean, it was bearable, but you definitely had to deal with that. You know, you definitely had to be a trooper. So I do appreciate those who watched that video, and I apologize for that. I'm not on my mobile device now, so that's why you probably don't hear that static. So let me get into acknowledging those, because I do appreciate those who dropped down. Some people stay in the clouds, which is all right, but I do appreciate those who stopped down. So I do want to first acknowledge. I thought that was going to say something else. Because the SHA, whatever, it's synonymous with somebody else that starts their name that way. But thank you, Miss Virginia. I'm going to play your clip for your support of the show. Go ahead and subscribe to Miss Virginia. She is definitely really the more OG than anybody around here, to be honest. So thank you, Miss Virginia, for being a supporter of the platform here. Let me find your clip. Here we go. We'll be right back.
Show style, y'all.
Okay, and we're back. So thank you so much, Miss Virginia. That's the one and only Miss Virginia. So, and thank you. You're welcome. Thank you as well for being a support. I appreciate your support. So, like I said, definitely go check out her channel over there. What's up, Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett? How you doing? Good to see you. Did you? Now I know I'm late to this, but did you see that Steph Curry signed a 1 year extension for $63 million? Let me say that one more time. A 1 year, not 2 year, not 3 year, not 4 year, a 1 year extension for 62 or $63 million. So let me tell you something about Steph Curry. I did not think Steph Curry would be. Lord, everything is dropping. I did not think that Steph Curry would be. Hold on, y'all. I gotta adjust my headset. Hold on. Oops, Lord have mercy. I sound like Brianna over here, boy. All right, thank you. When I saw Steph Curry, I did not think that he was going to be the player of his magnitude. I'm like, okay, well, he'll be coming off the bench. Yeah. You know, he'll get you 1 or 2 buckets. But to see how he's just someone who I feel like he's kind of revolutionized the game for the small person. You don't have to be 6'8", all this stuff. He did get in the gym because he was getting pushed around. But I just think like he's revolutionized the game for the common man. He ain't no LeBron and all that, but he's found a way to change the game his way. So, you know, salute to him. And I think that's a lot of that dedication, hard work. And also his father played in the NBA. So you can never take away the advantage that gives you when you have someone who's gone through what you've gone through and can show you the shortcuts. But 1 year, 63, 62 million. I'm not mad at that. Get your money. But let me just say that one thing. For somebody to pay you that much, just think about how much they make. Let me say it again. For someone to pay him $63 million in 1 year, just imagine how much money they're making. Because nobody's going to take a loss for you to take a gain. That don't make no sense unless they got money coming elsewhere. But that don't make no sense. What's up, CCNTV? How you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you were an active Vegas participant with the mature crowd. What's up, Nessa ABCDEFG? Thank you for being a wonderful moderator until 4. Did I say hello to Beans and Cornbread? I showed your name, but I don't know if I said hello to you. What's up, Beans and Cornbread 2.0? What's up with Tanya Jones? How you doing with Tanya? What's up, Detach Myself? Thank you for being a wonderful moderator until 4. I definitely appreciate your support, incessant support. Let me see anybody else that's dropped down. Yes, 63 million. I'm late on that news too. It happened in August 28th to 29th, so I'm definitely late. Cheryl Sporter says, "SK, I'm worried about this new football season. Why are you worried about this new football season?" Nikki Jackson, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. All right, let's talk about. So I didn't create the agenda because I was on the phone handling some business, but I wanted to. But let me break it down like this real quick. Sorry, I got to cough real quick. Hold on. Okay, let me tell you something. Things are about to get real in this economy. I'm gonna tell you why. Warren Buffett is one of the most wealthy men, right? He sold half of his stake in Apple. Okay. Um, and then he sold most of his Bank of America shares for astronomical amount. So he sees what's coming. They're predicting a recession. Also, Dollar Tree, I think had their earnings today or reported this morning something, and I was actually not really looking at them too much because Dollar Tree and Dollar General, which you think would be benefiting from these high prices, right? People could go and get themselves something for $1. That's not the case. A lot of those stores are closing. If you go look at Dollar Tree earnings, it was disastrous, and they gave a terrible guidance. The only reason I shared that with you because I was telling y'all, oh, go buy this, but it just showed that when you take away from what you say you are, then you're going to lose your consumer base, right? So, if you say you're a Dollar Tree, I can go in there from $1. Everything was $1. Now you go in there, they got $3, $5. That's not your consumer. If I wanted to go get something for $3 or $5, trust and believe, I can go to Walmart, right? So I feel that they suffered a significant shift in what they said they were about. Also, they deal with a lot high level of shrink, which is theft and loss of stuff, and then it's just not as profitable for them. So it's just crazy. But I say all that to say this Friday is going to be crazy too because that's when the jobs report comes out. The jobs report is going to show, I feel, is that people are losing their jobs. Obviously, what happens is going to force the Fed to cut the interest rate, right? So pay attention to all that. I was just telling y'all this to pay attention because we are the last to know. While we think everything is good and gravy on the outside, things are bad in the inside. So pay attention to that. Watch Yahoo Finance. YouTube is a great resource. YouTube is where I get my news. I also read, but pay attention to what's about to go down because we're heading into a recession, right? And what happens in a recession? People start losing their jobs. If you prepare for a recession, you could definitely benefit. Why? Because people are not going to be able to make the payments that they need to make. So you can scoop in and get things for a bargain that you normally wouldn't get, right? Also, if you're in the stock market, this may be an opportune time for you to get. Look, y'all, I told y'all about NVIDIA, right? I still believe in NVIDIA, but you got to understand the Wall Street game. NVIDIA was what? Hovering around 125. They had excellent earnings, excellent everything. But Wall Street didn't feel like, oh, their growth is slowing. Of course your growth is going to slow if you're killing it. Then they're coming on this whole thing that is dropping again because of the economy and then the numbers. I tell you, it's going to, if it drops, I'm going to still tell y'all to look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is in the forefront of the whole AI movement. It makes no sense. I'm going to tell you when AI is really going to get crazy when they can start mass producing these humanoids. I just feel once we start mass producing those humanoids, then things are really going to take off. I just mentioned that, and when we go into recession, you can say, "Oh my God, my stock portfolio is dropping." Listen, it's going to go back up. It's cyclical. What they said, we in a things when recession normally lasts, or something they call it, an economic downturn for a year. No, call it a bear market. We're in a bear market normally for a year. You go into a bull market in what? They say 3 years. So don't start selling everything unless you need to sell. I'm not a financial advisor, but knowing how this stuff works, these people, to me, it seems like they drop this stuff on purpose so these rich people can pick it up and then buy it on the cheap and then sell it when it get high. What I just told you, Warren Buffett is selling stuff at its highest peak. Apple is at its highest peak. He's selling it now because why take a loss or why sit doing a loss, right? When you could get sell it at a high, come back in and scoop it up on the low. I'm just sharing that with y'all. Be prepared. Have your money saved. Because you could come in, man. You could buy a car. If a man can't make his payment on his car, you could come in and say, "Hey, I'll take that. You got 6,000 left on your loan. You can't pay your bill. You can't pay your monthly. Okay, I'll come in and I got 6,000. I pay you cash, right?" So he's like, "Oh shit, really? Oh shit, I could pay. I could deal with the payment, get the 6,000, and I'm done." Um, so little things like that. I'm just telling y'all because we'd be the last to know, right? I think they're going to hold things up until the selection. Once the candidate is decided, or once the president is decided, I think things are going to get real. So, but I don't know everything, right? There's so much stuff going on, so I'm just sharing that with y'all so y'all could be prepared. Okay. Um, that's pretty much it regarding the real world situation. Oh, that situation with the school shooting is terrible. It's sad. Is I was thinking about I couldn't make it. Well, could I make it? I guess I'm adaptable, so I would make it if I had to go in school this day. But this day and age, you had to worry about the school bully. Now, this day and age, you ain't got to worry about the school bully. You got to worry about the school bullied and those who are being bullied. It's not funny, but if you think about it, you got to worry about the school bully and those who are being bullied because you never know when somebody gonna snap. You never know who got access to their parents' gun and just tired of them, right? Because that is being bullied every day. That's torment, right? But so is taking that out on your teacher. It's just crazy. You would. I feel sad for what the kids got to go through this day and age. You know, they took religion or the presence of a higher entity out the school, so the kids don't even have no unconscious like reminder that do stay on the straight and narrow, right? And social media only hypes up the negativity. Okay. So what's the other thing I want to say? I don't know if I want to share that. Okay, so let me tell you something about just shut up and don't say nothing. So I told you this past weekend I was dealing with my family. I had brought my little cousin along to the gym. And this motherfucker, who I think is like, he thinks he a white boy. No offense to my white audience, but I'm just giving laying out. He a white boy. He seemed like an entitled white boy. I don't know his background. He's a entitled white boy who think that he better than he really is, right? So we have a group chat. I don't respond in the group chat. I just stay abreast of what's going on in the group chat by looking in. So I see a notification on my phone that say, "Yo, you never trash your teammates." I'm like, what? What the fuck? Like, it's never no drama in the group chat. It's always about this is when this is going to start. This is when the game start. This. Never any drama. So, or somebody posted something stupid. So I see that. I said, "Oh, what's going on here?" So the boy says, "Oh, we really had 3 against 5." And I knew who the fuck he was talking about because he actually was on my team, right? I said, "Oh, this." I said, "Oh." So the dude, and then the dude responds back, "Oh, you shouldn't be trash your teammate." So pretty much he was saying my little cousin wasn't that good. I wasn't no good. So it really was 3 against 5. My little cousin, he under 18. And what's up, Love Blake? And he was confident as fuck in his shot. Now, mind you, he playing against grown men. He playing in a gym that's unfamiliar to him. His shots weren't trash. And he had good shots he just didn't make. So how you gonna call that 3 against 5? And then on top of that, you taking a shot at me. So I said, okay. I didn't reply in the chat. I'm just telling you about karma. I'm just telling you about karma. This is a story about karma. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, when I see that motherfucker on the court, he comes to the rim. It's gonna be a clean play, but it's gonna be a hard play, and his ass is gonna feel me that day, right? So I show up in the gym today. I showed up a little bit late. So I was watching that motherfucker. Excuse my French, because I just feel pissed off because you're not that good. You're not that guy to sit up in a group chat and say you were 3 against 5 and all that shit. Like, yo, bro, your game is whack. Like, for real, for real. If you was to play against some dudes who put it on your ass, you would not make no shot. Okay? And plus he a wide hip motherfucker too. So anyway, he look like a white Ness. Anyway, so then I get up to the gym today, right? So I said, okay, motherfucker, I see you. I see you. So I'm watching him play. Watching him play. Missing. Wide open layup, miss. Drive to the hoop, miss. 3-point shot, miss. He even fumbled the ball out of bounds. I said, my job is done. The basketball guys got him. He got his karma. He was straight up motherfucking trash. And I'm just saying that because be careful what you say to and what you talk about people. I can have a conversation between me and Love Blake or me and Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett. But when you put that in the public forum, you're putting it out there. And what happened? He was nothing but trash. The day after he started talking and saying that, oh, these people were no good. And then he was like, oh, I didn't say anything directly. No, when you what you mean? Like, people who were there know what you're talking about. And you were straight garbage today. Straight garbage today. So I just want to say I got my I'm glad to see that witness because I definitely would have put that body on him. I definitely would have put that body on him. He would have definitely had some pains and aches after I got done with him today. But so that's my basketball story. Also, I'm noticing because during the pandemic, I told y'all if y'all with me during the pandemic, I was telling y'all about staying active, to go walking and stuff like that. So during the pandemic, I'm trying to keep my knees as long as I can keep them. Like, I'm trying to keep my knee because with basketball players, they say the knees are first to go. So in doing that, my thighs have actually gone weak, right? So I'm in the process of building up my thighs so that I can still jump. So I'm glad I can see because today I did a hook shot and I was like, I don't like to do hook shots because sometimes you land on people's feet. But today I was like, you got to get your legs stronger. So that's what I'm working on, just in case you want to know. I'm getting my legs stronger. And you're like, how are you getting your legs stronger? Pretty much I get my legs stronger by pretty much doing what's that? The squat machine. And then they got a machine for your hamstrings. So if you don't know anything about the body, the hamstrings and not the calf. Well, the calf muscles are key, but my calves are already in shape. But the hamstrings and the quads are very key to jumping ability. So if you have those, you keep those in shape, you'll be able to jump. Like I said, I don't like to do a lot of jumping because that's wear and tear on your knee. I'm not getting paid to play, but I'm not trying to deal with that. All right, so enough about me. All right, let's get into this broadcast real quick. Regarding VS, if you look at VS's story about her whole card situation, just take the meat off the bones. Don't focus on the bones. The bones may be decaying, malnourished, whatever. But just look at the meat. Okay, that is a good thing to look at. People pretty much, if you know what's going on, VS somehow went to Taco Bell, had a car taken by somebody that worked there. She did a lot of investigation, come to find out that person was taking other people's cards and stuff like that. She found out that she had some charges on her card that she didn't do. She was trying to track down the source to who took a card, where she threw her card, and where is her card. So she found out, like I said, it was some a minor or some young kid under the age of 18 that was doing this and all that. Let me just share this with y'all. Please do not put your hands in the cards of other people. I know it's hard to do, but I myself don't like to put my card in other people's hands, especially. That's why I somewhat really avoid drive-throughs. I really don't like drive-throughs. I try to deal in cash if I can with them because you never know what happens from point A to point B. They showed some video on Instagram where the girl had her phone. So when, let's say I'm giving my phone to Nessa A, I'm not my phone, sorry. I'm giving my card to Nessa A. In between the time I'm handing it to Nessa A is at McDonald's. She worked for McDonald's. She sees it as if she's doing a transaction. I'm thinking she's doing a transaction, but what I can't see is what's going on between at the register and behind that wall. And what this person was doing was having their phone, I guess, on video and hovering the card over the video. And I guess she was showing the back and the front. And you think she's doing the transaction, but she's actually recording using her phone on my information, right? the back and the front, and we thinking that she's proceeding with the just doing the transaction, but she's actually taking my or recording my financial info. In this situation, I guess VS forgot to get her entire car back. But in the other situation I was just sharing with you, she can go with Nessa A, not putting Nessa A in no bad light, but just using her as an example. She could go back and look at the car information that she recorded to go and make purchases. Right? So just be wary of those fast food places and stuff like that. Be wary of the gas pumps and stuff like that. Just use your card and control settings and stuff like that. I mean, that's maybe yeah, just protect yourself because people out here doing a lot of scamming and scheming. To be honest, so if you look at that situation, that's an interesting situation. Hopefully, she gets resolved. Hopefully, that person who did it, which is a minor, gets fired. But when you're dealing with minors, there's a lot of protections involving them and stuff like that. So that's what I got to say about that. Okay, what else I want to talk about? Anything else I want to talk about? No, I'll share that for a later date. All right, so let's get into the broadcast. We're going to take a brief commercial break. Feel free to thumbs up the live, and we're going to get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. All right, and we'll be right back. Lord have mercy.
Who the fuck cares if it look like I'm Humpty Dumpty? I can motherfucking run. I could walk. I could sprint. I could put on skates. I could skate around the skate rink. I could put on ice skates. I could skate around the ice skating rink. I could do every motherfucking thing. Knees knocking and all. And I could put on the strap. Who the fuck cares if it look like I'm Humpty Dumpty?
Everybody cares. All right, and also, what's up, Sparkle T? I see a Sparkle T is coming into the chat. I hope you're having a good day as well. All right, so let's get into the commentary real quick. I have Ness. I have a title, Ness, the Ungrateful, Coniving Negro. I feel that's what definitely Ness is, right? You can tell a lot by what Ness did. She sat up here and said, "Oh, she's gonna have all this and all that when she comes back on September 3rd." Bullshit. Okay, she's very insecure. She couldn't she didn't want none of the attention off of her, right? And she knew that any other hiatus from this application, because she had to deal with family concerns and situations, would cause people to move on to something else. So she had to, because she's very insecure, had to have people wondering about what she's going to do, what she's going to come back. I peeked into it. I thought it was a bunch of nothingness, to be honest. What's up, Rhonda? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. It was nothing about the Rhonda-ness, and to the point, I got annoyed and I got disgusted. And I'm gonna tell you why I got annoyed and I got disgusted, because you're sitting up there, low key, trying to expose your sponsor. Did you expose her directly? No. People are saying that it's this, what's his name? MBK? No. I don't think it's no MBK, because me as grown men are not checking up on a woman. No offense, unless we have unless that person is a deep supporter, then we're not checking up. As men, we're not checking up on women like that. I'm just telling you from a man's perspective. We're not checking up on women like with Lolo. We're not checking up. She said, "Oh, the sponsor kept checking on me to see if I was okay." No, no, no. Unless Lolo's a family member, no. We men are not doing that. We're gonna be like, "Lolo, you good? You good? All right, boom, bounce. That's it. We're not gonna keep checking in on you. That's sorry to say this, but that's a woman trait. We'll protect, but we're not going to check. We're not that. It's just not that. What they call it, clingy. Um, so regarding Ness, I think what she was doing, a lot of people are not seeing what she did. She's very conniving. So as you see her, and obviously for Ness to put out all this personal information, she's reason for her to put out all the personal information about the sponsor's family. It's an ultimate sense of betrayal, because you not know if the sponsor wanted to know that she just had an ailing child, or she has an ailing child, or that a family member had just passed away, and stuff like that. You don't do that to people who sponsor you. I've had people who put big money into the program. Well, not from your eyes, not that big, but from a content creator, as long as you could guarantee on consistent revenue, that's considered maybe a protected person, right? And I never even remotely revealed anything about their personal life that they may have shared with me, right? Because that's a protected class when you consider it YouTube. So for her to put that out and then to sit up there, and this is the conniving part. Ness is very conniving. So what she did is she knew Lolo by blasting Lolo publicly and saying, "You kept calling the sponsor and telling the sponsor this and telling the sponsor that, and the sponsor da, 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 and you wanted to know if the sponsor was going to pay for the liquor and all that stuff." All that could have been not true. But by blasting Lolo, Lolo had to either she knew Lolo was going to respond, right? Because the court of public opinion was now going to be weighed against Lolo. So Lolo was either going to respond on her channel or going to respond on Ness's channel. And she responded on Ness's channel, right? So Ness, who's conniving, may have embellished what the sponsor had said to see how close, what's up, D Dot? To see how close the sponsor and Lolo really was to gauge if Lolo is now her competition. So just look at that. She's trying to see how close the sponsor and Lolo are, and she pretty much got her answer. Right? We come to find out that Lolo is now maybe sponsored for another trip, that Lolo was probably in more communication with the sponsor than Ness was. But she had to flip it a little bit and throw Lolo under the bus for Lolo to respond to get her intel, right? And that's pretty much what she did. And she got her answer. Now, that leads me to believe. What's up, left-handed Libra? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, hello to D Dot. Rhonda Brazier says Ness is an idiot. That's why she does stupid things. And that's exactly where she is, right? So she had to sit up here. Now, that tells you a lot about where the sponsor and Ness are right now. I don't think they're in a good space. Because if you have a sponsor, you do anything and everything to protect them. Even if the sponsor was to say they had stubbed their toe on the door, you're not going to share that with the public. What's up, Auntie Donna, baby? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being a wonderful moderator and tofuing. You're not going to share that, right? Because that's still a slight violation of trust. So it leads me to believe that maybe her and the sponsor are not so cool now, right? Because now you're knowing that your sponsor is gravitating towards Lolo. Also, for what we can infer, the sponsor's older. So the sponsor may have, a attraction to Lolo because they're in the same age demographic. And to be honest, the sponsor may not be all cool with the shenanigans and whatever that Ness does. That may actually seeing that and seeing how she rolled, they may actually turn off the sponsor to Ness, and she may be more, eager to help Lolo, seeing what Lolo's going through, how Lolo's getting dogged out, and all this stuff. So Ness may have played herself, right? But she's so ungrateful. She's conniving, very ungrateful, because you're putting out this person that sponsors you business out that like that. That's the ultimate sense of being ungrateful. Like you don't even have any inclination to protect her and all that she did, and will do maybe in the future, right? But Lolo may be the one who comes out as being the queen of the finesses in the end. Because don't get Lolo as being slow and conniving. That woman ain't slow and conniving. That woman knows exactly what she's doing. Act slow. And she's like the female version of Ro. No offense to any of them. But they're putting on a persona of I'm slow, I'm delayed. But back in their head, they run in circles around these people. Lolo, no, she been around all this day. Let me play slow so these people, so I can get endeared to these people, so these people don't think that I'm a threat to them. When you don't think somebody's a threat, you underestimate them, and that is exactly what all these people are doing with Lolo. How she sit up there, out finesse the queen of the finesses by getting another trip? What? And then the negative image campaign of women continues, right? So apparently, when they come to find out that the burger bill is 16, I'm not talking about Brie, The burger bill is $66. Lemon goes up in the leaves Lolo to pay the bill. Now, this is what they're saying. If it ain't true, the Lemon go refute it and tell your truth. Because you say what we see ain't the truth and all that other stuff, so it don't matter. But all we know is what we see and what they come out of the people's mouths, and the people's mouths are saying that you left Lolo with a $66 burger bill. Okay? I'm just saying. So, and all that. And then Ness was mad because she's like, oh, she ran to the sponsor and told the sponsor that Lemon left her with the 66 burger bill, and how was she going to pay for the liquor that they drunk up in her room and all this, making it seem as if Lolo was a tattletale. But in essence, based on the receipts that Lolo showed, she showed the amount of times that the sponsor called her compared to what was perceived as Lolo calling the sponsor. See, that's what happens when you play yourself, because I don't think she knew that Lolo had those receipts, and if she had those receipts, that it would be in Lolo's favor. Rhonda says, to be honest, I can see him doing that. Well, let me say this, Rhonda. If you ain't got the money, I can see anybody doing that. if you don't have the money, I can see anybody doing that, right? You try to find a way to finesse. You with the finesses, how to finesse somebody into paying for the meal. Not saying that is right, but Spicy and what's up, Mommy Popo? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Spicy and Philly says, let me talk about the burger store when he came back already, SK. No, I know, but I'm telling about what they said. And then I'm talking about what they said. So if it's in any difference to what he's saying, then he got ammunition that's fresh as a couple of hours, 12 hours ago to refute that. I think they all went to Vegas broke. Rhonda, let me tell you something. It was 2 months before the vacation actually took place. What I think was they went and spent all that money that them people, supporters, gave them prior to going. And I think either they underestimated what people were going to give to them while they were there. But a lot of that money was not saved. A lot of that money looks like it was spent. Or maybe they just not know how to travel. I don't think they maybe know how to travel. I don't it's a lot because the sponsor, they lied about a lot of stuff. They lied about a lot of stuff. They over embellished to thinking that would get us enticed to watch them. But if anything, it was disappointing. It was disappointing. I think it was they come across as failures, to be honest. I mean, you didn't live, and despite whatever the sponsors' involvement was, they come across as failures because they were the ones that announced that. The sponsor didn't come up on Ness's live and say, "Hey, y'all, I got this for them, I got that for them," da da da. Because then we will be looking at the sponsor and be like, "You lied to us." No, it was them that lied to us. And I think a sponsor didn't knowing the sponsor's situation. I don't think the sponsor promised all that they were saying. I think talent got a lot to do with this. Him talking about bodyguards and all this stuff, they embellished that to roll that into what they were going to have when they only dealt maybe with talent. I don't know. But they lied. That's what a finesse is, right? A liar. Sorry, y'all. The finesse is a liar and a scammer and a cheater. Someone who does something or procures something through fraudulent means. Why would you even name yourself a finesse? What's up, Black Strawberry Apple? Black Strawberry Apple says, I don't think Ness thought Lola was going to hit that link either. She was a little surprised. You're absolutely right. She's like, oh, here she is. Right. You're absolutely right, Black Strawberry Apple. She was definitely surprised. She didn't know, or hoping that she was asleep. It wasn't up during the live. To me, it didn't seem like they didn't do a whole lot. I agree. I mean, let's just be honest. If you really got something planned, why not hire a tour guide? Why not hire if you don't know or never been in the city or want to see parts of the city that you've been in, but maybe the parts of the city have been closed off to you? Hire a tour guide. That way, that would have solved so many issues, right? So if you hired a tour guide who maybe came with their own party bus, then you would have been able to see the sights and everything that you were promising people, and then also share that. A lot of gripe about what people were seeing was that it was showing the hotel room, and that's it. All y'all did was show the hotel room and us walking down the street. They didn't show no sites. They didn't go to no museums. They didn't go to any attractions or nothing like that. It just seemed like a broke vacation. You know what I mean? And who knows? Like, let's say if the sponsor gave them $500 to do what they wanted to do, how would you not know that they absconded with the money? The sponsor don't want their identity revealed, right? So you don't never know unless the sponsor's going to sacrifice everything and just like be like, okay, I'm gonna tell the truth. Maybe they will one day tell the truth. I don't know. It's very interesting, but I do feel the sponsor is a woman though, based on the breadcrumbs that are being released. Rhonda says talent is also a broke idiot. I'm telling you, y'all got to look into that deeper into that whole talent meeting. What does talent always say? He's not going to associate with no bums. So why are you risking your identity for some bums? That don't make no sense unless you could benefit off these bums, or unless you're lying something to involve these bums and you're trying to see if they're worth any of your future investment. And the only way to gauge if something is what worth your investment is what? To scope it out, to actually visit it. So that's what I feel. D says, let me repeat to me, it didn't say they did a whole lot, no zip line or tours. Exactly. Exactly. Mm, mm, that's that. And I and maybe we're using the word sponsored in the wrong way, right? Maybe they're a donor that donated to a portion of the trip. Maybe they only donated to the lodging aspect. Maybe, like somebody said, they had some points to use before we get out of 2024 and decide this will be a great way to use them because maybe they couldn't use them because of what they're going through. So maybe she's just a donor and not a sponsor. Maybe she gave a significant donation of hotel points or something. Mhm. All right. Anyone who's wanting to charge 250 to meet him proves he's an idiot who's broke. I think he was just doing a lot of trolling, as he is, and then also trying to set test as he like if his character has that kind of value in the YouTube streets. But nobody paying no $250. If they can, let me shut up. I never really liked talent. He's just full of it. I don't think nobody really likes him. I'm surprised that he even engaged in a relationship with Sassy, to be honest. I mean, for that to go offline. mm. But then he says when he was getting torn up by Miss Cruiser, he was saying, oh, it's just a character. I don't go around saying that people are bums and this and that. It's just something that I do in the YouTube streets. But I say people show you who they are, what they're capable of, what comes out of their mouth. You know? So that's what I say. Like, if you can say certain things and formulate certain thoughts in your head and then have the goal to express them, then you have the tendency to do that. So D Dot says, I'm sure they enjoyed themselves, but there was so much more they could have experienced and done instead of always seeing the inside of a hotel. Yeah. Like I said, unless you don't have the funds or unless you're stalling the funds, holding the funds for something else. You know, I say people for them not to be haggling over a $66 burger, that says a lot to me. You know, it just does. For them to be devouring pizza like that says a lot to me. I don't know. For them to not go to any residency show says a lot to me. Unless you got prior obligations that you're trying to hold on that money for. Like somebody put something in my I don't know, somebody left me a comment. I think in my last slide, I think it was what's her name? Max Boogie said that Ness was holding on to the Vegas funds so that she can go and ball out and treat her family in Seattle. I was like, interesting. Interesting. So you're gonna take from the people of YouTube, but give to your family who don't really even, I think, support you being on here. Maybe they do. Maybe they do because you can now treat them and ball out as if you really, as if that's the one way to show that you're making a contribution to them. I don't know, but that was a very interesting point that was shared. Rhonda Blizzard says him and Sassy are made for each other. I agree. I agree, and I think maybe Sassy was more than he can handle. Because let me tell you something: any woman that's coming to me like that, that's condescending all the time, because I feel like Sassy can't help herself. Sassy, that's how she has to be or conditioned herself. I think her and Brianna have the same situation. They may be different body types, but they have the same situation. They have to put on this air or this persona or this personality about themselves to make it through their life, to pretend to be somebody they're not, to make it through life. So Sassy has to put on this persona or this air that I'm this and that. I'm a bad bitch, da 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 da, so that she can make it through life because maybe she's not what she wants to be or be where she wants to be. But which is your right. You can act like you're somebody that you're not, hoping that your actions one day will push you into your dream, come a reality. But you don't treat people and talk to people that way if you really about that life. Because, like I tell you one thing, you should not be meeting with Sheffy on the night of the DNC. You should have been at the DNC hoping to meet with Obama, Mr. and Mrs. Obama, and rubbing shoulders and making connections if you about that life. But instead, you were sitting over here messing with someone in Chicago who loves her dog more than anything, whose name is Chat Rep, aka Sheffy. I'm just saying, some things just don't add up. But like they say, maybe Sassy and Talent were for together. Their personas, their personality attractive. But I honestly feel like I said, as a man, you can't sit up there and take a woman digging at you every day about what you ain't doing, how you ain't this, because that's eventually going to boil over to the point of you can't stand her no more, or y'all really gonna have some kind of fallout. And I think that's the situation. I don't think Langston, aka Talent, is someone to dog Sassy out. And I don't think Langston is abusive. I think Langston will sit up here and take verbal jazz at you and say, "Oh, you think you all that, but you get your hair from Taiwan instead of India." You know what I mean? So I just think he would be that way. But I think Sassy would go all in and maybe put hands on you. I think she would do a little push and a poke, but she would definitely try to stab somebody or definitely stab a man verbally for sure, for sure. I totally do that. I think that. Question: I know this sounds silly to ask, but wasn't Lemon claiming he received 7,000 from the sponsor when she bought a car? Isn't the same amount was for security? I didn't hear the figure amount for security. I heard the amount for the car. Now people are saying Sir King left Lemon. Sir King is, jealous of Lemon. Sir King didn't really give him no wisdom. But if I was to give Lemon any kind of wisdom right now, regarding that 7,000 that he got or whatever, that was a terrible investment. Terrible investment. I don't like people talking about other people's numbers, but I'm going to show you how I'm actually helping them and maybe helping you. The value of the car depreciates, right? So you pay $7,000 for a car. What's that? The Kelly Blue Book value. I think that was a bad investment. He already had a working vehicle. Maybe he wasn't happy with the vehicle. We all not happy with the vehicle that we have, but that's not a wise move unless that wasn't your car, unless it was a share car, unless it was a family car, unless you had to share that car with somebody. Why would you take on two headaches when you don't have to, two insurances, two double of everything, maintenance, gas? That was not a right financial move for someone in your position. When you didn't have to. I understand if you were walking and you didn't have a car, now that's a great investment because that investment is going to give you a return on your investment because now you're able to go to work, do side hustles, make more money with that vehicle. Like it's going to improve your quality of life. But you bought another vehicle and you didn't need to, that's not a good investment. But I'm not knocking the man. I just think people saying that I didn't help him, I didn't teach him, I didn't do nothing. So since y'all want to say that, let me teach him and y'all at the same time. That's a terrible investment. Right. D-Dot said depreciation goes down fast. We don't know the value. We don't know all the, the value, the year of the car and all that other stuff and the Kelly Blue Book history, but uh, it's still a bad investment. It depreciates. It depreciates. So, but anything, I don't know. He said, now I've heard Ness said the sponsor was paying 7,000 for security. Once again, that's coming from the mouth of Vanessa, right? Does she equate maybe 700 for 7,000? She lies. She's a prolific liar. And that's what the thing that was just annoying me is that you just do shit for things to like satisfy your own insecurity. You were insecure that Lolo was getting closer to the sponsor, or is closer to the sponsor than you. That's why she always tried to keep everybody from the sponsor. You know? So yeah. What's up, Miss Magnificent? How you doing? I hope you have a magnificent day. But that's what I believe, so whatever. But people can spend their money how they will spend it, but and then also take into account who knows who's telling the truth, right? Did Lemon get 7,000? He may have got 1,000. He may have got 2,000. Who knows? They lie so much, right? And then expect us to not believe the truth when we see the truth, and then to understand the story in the background. I'm like, what? It don't matter what happened in the background. It matter what we see. The court don't care about what happened in the background. It matter about what they see, right? The jurors don't care about what happened in the background. It matter about what they see, right? The prosecutor, however they can make the jury see things the way they want them to see it, and to get them to believe it is all that matters. Not about what actually happened. That's crazy. So that's that. That's my breakdown of the Ness and Lolo situation. I feel like if you really look into Nessa's the way she moves, I think that might be from a whole life of growing up with two brothers and having to survive and all that other stuff. Maybe maybe she sees she has to position herself because her brothers were able to get the attention of her mother faster than she could, and she understands from life that you have to get the attention from the main person in charge and make sure that nobody can come behind you and get that same attention to make you go from first to third. So D-Dot says, if I had gotten 500, I would have been doing a jig. Oh, I'm sure they were getting a lot more. I mean, I'm sure they were getting so much. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they were getting a good amount because this area supports. But was your money put to say where it was going? No, I don't think that. I think it was put to maybe something else. All right, if y'all, this is going to take a brief commercial break. If y'all want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Circle Crown. Once again, thank you to the Virginia Show or Miss Virginia for supporting the broadcast with her super chat. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Circle Crown. We'll be right back to talk about Jay Wilson. All right, the nerve, Ooh, the nerve of that man or that woman. Ooh, child.
Thank you for the cash app. I'll be forgetting to. Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Thank you, though. Thank you for the cash app.
So fake, appreciative ass. Just read Regina's books comes in on another page as Just Regina Books as if she's from Storm from the X-Men. Feel free to support Just Read Regina's books and read a book with Regina. Rhonda says, I just hope Lolo stays for Ness. I feel like Lolo did what she had to do. She saw she could get a free trip, have a good time, and then maybe make a sponsor that sponsors her and supports her online and offline. I think, that's, if you look deep into that Lolo situation with the sponsor, from what we learned, Lolo's going through her own situation with having to care for her mom, her own situation with having her own physical ailments. I think the sponsor is dealing with something to that capacity, not directly, but maybe indirectly with her own family member. So, the sponsor may be able to connect more with Lolo than with Ness. So that may resonate more. Connection is key. All right, so let's get into Jay Wilson. The nerve. Now, Jay Wilson had the nerve to sit over there and say, MU, MU, when is Don Cato going to put a ring on it? I was like, what? Are you serious? I I really was like this. What? Really? Because we've been asking for a long time when you and Mark gonna put a ring on it. My boo, my boo, my boo. The nerve of you to ask somebody when they gonna put a ring on it, and we've been waiting for you when you was gonna get your Fred Flintstone ring, your pop ring, or whatever, any kind of ring, even a ringworm. But what? Now I don't know anything about divorce, and hopefully y'all can correct me, okay? If you get married to another, if you get married to somebody else, does the child support stop? I don't know. Does the child support stop when you get married to somebody else? Yes, Miss Magnificent, a fair Flintstone ring. Yeah. We hope he get any kind of ring. Sure. Oh, it don't stop. The child support don't stop. Okay, because I was thinking, well, maybe she's put off marriage because she don't want the spousal support payments to stop if she marries Don Cato. But then again, Jay Wilson, that's none of your. Like, that's really like for you to tread into that situation and say that. That's 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 fucked up. Excuse my French. Because you and yourself, nobody put a ring on you. I don't think nobody's ever put a ring on you ever. And then let's say this. So they're saying that Mark broke up with him, and I'm telling you the signs. I honestly do believe that that might be the case, and that's why he's still ringless. Okay, and cannot say because everybody said no, 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 no. Right? That's what they're saying. Right? I honestly feel it because he's like, I tell people, don't put your relationships online. Don't say anything about your relationships. All right, Now he's working out more than ever. I'm like, interesting. He's sitting there in the middle of the night by himself. And he's always adamant. I tell people, don't put your relationship online. Okay. That leads me to believe what the rumors are true because I had people tell me in the background, like, oh, Martin done left him months ago. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. But I think he's not in a relationship with that man no more. I think that's been. Why would you like? If you really want to break it down, unless you were synonymous, unless he and his whatever significant other was synonymous on being on this platform, why would you deal with someone that was on this platform that caused you nothing but heartache? People contacted Mark's job, like the place of employment or whatever it was, the entity where Mark's job was, and all that other stuff, right? So Mark was impacted by Jay Wilson's online behavior. And then let's get into this. He said Jay Wilson. Now, mind you, this man was serving as a chaplain. Now, this is what Jay Wilson said. I'm not embellishing, I'm not lying, I'm just regurgitating. Jay Wilson sat up there and said that he served as a chaplain, but he would never touch a dead body. What? What?
Oh, hell
Let me say that again. He served as a chaplain, but would never touch a dead body. Now, if you know what a chaplain is, that's someone that consoles somebody, during their times. Really, most of the time, it could be through any time, let's be honest, but most of the time when somebody's passed away, right? And what happens if you are there when that person transitions? You're gonna be like, oh no, you did. Get away from me. And then he went on to say about some family that was kissing and grieving all over the deceased person. Like, oh, I don't know how they could do that. That person was. I was like, dog, you ain't got no respect for your past profession, nor the virtues that you had to show within that profession. And then to go and say that you wouldn't do it, then why even get in the profession in the first place? The profession is supposed to be built on godly principles, respect for the spirit realm, and everything else. And you just in that situation, you just showed that you were just there for the coin of that position. And it was so sad. And I tell y'all, we as content creators can always say certain things, but we also must have the discipline not to say certain things. And I felt due to the magnitude of that position of being a chaplain, you should never said that. Because you don't know how people gonna look at chaplains now. Oh, they just another nigga on YouTube. I'm just sorry to break it down that way. So they never may not even want their family to have that spiritual strength that could come from the presence of a chaplain who really takes their position 100% seriously. And I just thought that was just kind of disgusting and detestable because there's certain things you can say and don't say, right? I don't know. The Queen LTFF says, I don't understand how you're still surprised by it. Because this is why I give that man such a hard time. I don't go at Brian, I don't go at what's his name, Treasurer Lane, Sean Bradley, Rico, Lemon. I don't go hard at these people because they don't embody, like they're not talking about God. They don't use that as part of their character to build their audience, but he does. And I feel that people really take and believe about God into like their real life, right? I'm not thinking about Lemon being a lemon head in my real life, right? That's not something that can affect people. I'm not looking at Rico laying on the bed with some man as if he's had a lecture about to cook him into my real life, right? I'm not thinking about Treasure Lane going from jeans to a dress, pretending to be a woman in my real life. But are we really thinking about the presence, the consistent presence of the Lord? Yes, because we take that seriously as humans and as a culture and something that we can identify with offline, online. And for him to build off of that and then to make a mockery of that and then to just play in the people's face with that is why I go so hard on him because I don't believe God is a joke. You know what I'm saying? That's and then to say that you took a position that was based on faith and religion and then say you have your qualms about the highest or the last point of someone's existence on this earth and how you're going to deal with them. It's crazy to me. So if someone's deceased relative just passed away and they said, oh, come to me, Chaplain Wilson, please, help me, hold his hand as he is passing on. You're gonna be like, no, I can't do that. How would you handle that situation? That's crazy to me. Y'all just think about that. If your chaplain was to have reservations about how you wanted to spend the last moments with your loved one, and he said no, then you gonna sideline him and the role of God in that whole situation. Right? It's crazy. The Queen LT, I can't say your name. I'm sorry. That Queen LTTF says Jay Wilson used to be one of my favorites, but I can barely watch him now. Yeah, yeah. Especially, why is he always eating? He is always eating or drinking. Like I feel as a content creator, we come on at a set time, right? We come on at a time, right? But I've already done my drinking. I've already done my eating prior to the broadcast because I'm gonna have consideration for your ears. And it's weird, it's rude to hear people swallow and eat and drink and all that stuff when you know that they're not, this broadcast is not a job. It's not 10 hours, 8 hours a day. So you're at the most you're online for 2 hours. Okay, if you need to sip some water, that's fine. But to sit up there and drink and eat, that shows you have an issue with gluttony. It's not that you say, oh, I've never had that feeling of being full, Jay Wilson. No, you have that feeling of never stop eating. That's the situation. You've expanded your belly so much to the point that it is a big size, it's the size of a helium balloon. That's why. Stop eating. You have to have discipline, right? You have to have, or else the body will keep getting used to consuming and eating. And yes, you had to turn to a drug to get that feeling back. But that's all about discipline. That's all. I mean, I honestly feel that's all about discipline. A love for food. I love food too, but I kind of weaned that stuff. I weaned myself off of that stuff. Also, the processed food, the sugary stuff. Yeah, I do have my cravings, but I know, everything in moderation, or you're going to pay for your lack of discipline, right? I don't want. Listen, I don't want no limbs missing. I don't want no heart attack. I don't want that. I don't want to have nobody having to do no CPR on me and all breathing in my mouth. And I don't know where their mouth has been and all that other crap. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, and then go to the doctor, y'all. I mean, now they doing stuff so much they all they doing, y'all, is they taking blood. They have studied blood so much that they can see what's going on with everything in your body, pretty much. For what I learned. I told you about my kidney stone. That was an eye opener for me because it showed me that a blood test can tell you so much. Now, I understand we get all fearful about going to the doctor and getting a needle poked in you and stuff, but shit, that poke can save your life. It can alarm you to what's going on in your body. You may think you cool, but you may have elevated levels that may need attention. But nonetheless, I'm just saying everything's about discipline, right? Our body is one of the greatest no, it's probably the greatest invention ever made because it can adapt, it can heal, it can send warnings. You can't tell me that you didn't know that something was going on with your body. Your body's going to let you know. Now you can choose to ignore them, and then it seems normal, but your body does talk to you. But it's just very interesting. That's all. Miss Magnificent says exactly. Black Girls Coast says, in my opinion, Jay Wilson is one of the most problematic people in the sector. He's a charlatan. I agree. I agree. I agree. I just wish. Let me just say this: Black Girls Coast. Oh, no, excuse me. He is so. He could do so much more with his platform that could be of a benefit. Like he could start. He's very. I'm gonna admit this. He's very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable about a lot of things that I feel he could share, but also include the mess and not be so derogatory and degrading to people that rubs them the wrong way. He's created his own enemies. Like he can really be someone that dominated the sector and had no enemies, right? Because he could have used the Lord as his protection. Not saying to shun people, be like, but use it as instead of prayer cloths, he could have done something like better than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he needs a public image consultant. But then again, he is so condescending and arrogant and think he knows it all. Like he could be like the most popular person and the least headed. I mean, the least hated. He don't have to have so many enemies. His enemy comes from his digs and using what he got to shun others. That's really the issue and all that. And playing with the God. That whole prayer cloth thing didn't need to happen. It could have been a shady cloth, a do Jesus cloth, something like that, but not like no prayer cloth. That's that. I think that was a little bit overboard, to be honest. And a whole bunch of other stuff like you want your personal privacy respected, but he even admitted, "Oh, I get information all the time in the back on people." Yo, really? So when somebody gets some information on you, then I guess we can't hold back on it. I'm just saying you have to be careful how you play this game. He'll like nobody can't tell me what to do. The law is for the lawless. Everybody ain't scared of the law. I don't know why he think everybody's scared of the law. Some people ain't scared of the law. Some people are coined up and got connections and know how to maneuver, or maybe they got family members that know how to maneuver the law. Everybody ain't scared of the law, and some people just ratchet enough that ain't scared of the law. I mean, let me just the law. Like I told you in my last slide, the law is human. Sometimes the police can see what's going on too, or they just don't want to be bothered. When you have a repeated history of antagonizing people online, the law is going to take that into account to some degree. I don't know. Ava Addison says, very disappointed to find out he's a fool, in my opinion. Like I just say, Ava Addison, I just feel like he could be the most popular with the least amount of enemies because he could put on a persona of being godly, but also being comedic, right? But he hasn't figured that out. Sometimes he goes too low. Now let me tell you something about the whole MU situation. I thought he went kind of low. He said, "Girl, you need to not be mad with me. You need to be mad with that photographer. You need to be mad with who put the pictures out. You need to be mad with what's all over your face. Need to be mad about who do that Superman on your face." Now I thought that's kind of low. I thought that's kind of low for someone that claims to have a background in the Lord. I myself would never tell a woman, no matter if I did not like her, you need to be mad at the man that's Superman on your face. Now, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into if you know, you know. You know what that whole all that means, and you know what that means in relation to that picture that's been out here circulating. But I felt like, yo, that's wrong as fuck. For real. Because you don't know where MU was at that time. You don't know what transpired for her to be in that situation. You don't know how that came about. She does. She knows the intimate details. And I feel that saying such a thing like that on a public platform for her to hear in front of thousands of people may re trigger her or cause her the mental trauma or whatever that she took years to overcome. Now, is that my concern? As a content creator, yes. That's why I hold back on certain things that I could say and don't. But for I just thought that was wrong. I thought that was hella wrong, and that was too far. Too far. Because if there is ever a picture of him that comes out that's salacious, shows him getting Superman, okay, and teabagged, don't expect nobody to have no mercy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't expect nobody to have no mercy for you. Because you already laid the breadcrumbs of you not having no mercy for her. So that's what I say. That queen says he's always going low with her, and Rico is disgusting because I'll tell you why. He knows in a way he has the leverage because um he has the leverage because they have that out there. You know what I'm saying? So he goes that low because they have things that immediately can kind of prove what he's saying about them, which is sad. Sir King, did you see his live a couple days ago when he was wearing that? I saw that bull, that Amish stupid ass hat. Where's Waldo hat? What's that guy that had them glasses? Yeah, where's Waldo? Oh, they're looking like the black. Where's Waldo? Well, he need to go find out where's Mark. Or where's that ring that he telling MU that she need to put on? That's what he need to go do. All right, so I'm sorry, y'all. Put some comments up here. Let me read them real quick. Um, okay, so let's see. Black Strawberry Apple says, I went for my regular checkup today. Kudos to you. Congratulations. We'll play a congratulatory clip for you to make sure that your health is paramount. So kudos to you. No. Sorry, Black Strawberry Apple. Oh Lord. Well, I do hope you flushed the toilet after they made you take the pee test. But anyway, this is what I meant to play. My bad. Woo! My bad, Black Strawberry Apple. The Queen says, oh, she talking to Rhonda. Miss Magnificent says, CPR mouth stays fresh just for breath and mouth purposes. I would hope so. I would hope so. They said Honest Road breath was stank out there. I don't know if Honest Road breath was stank, but that's a lie that people like to put on people. But always keep your breath minty fresh. D Dot says I need to stay on top of their health needs for sure, for sure. What's up? Okay, Attitude says hello. Let me read the comments real quick. Okay, got that one. Rhonda says, I don't like how Jay Dunn. I don't like Jay Dunn, but oh my god, it was funny when Jay Wilson was on Cam's panel and Jay Dunn jumped up there and dragged him down to his stained socks. Yes, Jay Dunn is something else. All right, let me see what you're saying. Hold on, y'all. Okay. My bad, girl. My bad. I did apologize. Yes, y'all make sure, since we're going on toilets, make sure you check out your poop. Make sure if you need to send your poop, you can send your poop to your doctor. They can check it out for you too. But that was a reminder for people to check what they flushing down the toilet. Make sure you ain't got no blood in your urine, all that. Make sure you check your poop. Make sure you poop regularly. We gonna turn a negative into a positive. Jay Wilson have issues too. He just don't talk about it. For sure, for sure, for sure. He looked like Curious George's daddy. He looked like a mastiff in a pointed hat. That's what he looked like. If anybody needs to tell you, need to shave that thing or dye that thing. That mustache is so ugly. No, that goatee is so ugly, all gray, look like a dog. Look like Lyric, oh, but older. Mark is back with his wife. That's why. Ooh, Rhonda. Allegedly. Some people need to stop hating on Roro. I think Roro playing all of them. I think Roro's definitely got what he wanted, which was attention, to be honest. For real. Hey, bro, I'm going to catch the replay. Thank you, lovely one, for catching the replay. I hope you like the replay. Ain't gonna be no static on this live, I hope. Miss Magnificent says, Lovely love, is that you? Lovely love, is that you? Miss Magnificent wants to know. Lovely love, is that you? So we'll see if Lovely One responds to that. All right, anything else we're talking about? No, that's about it. That's all about. I pretty much caught you up on the YouTube news, to be honest. You said Roe is smarter than he puts on. Oh, for sure. But I gotta tell y'all, Roe a couple months back was talking about how lonely he was, and I think this definitely took away all the loneliness. So I think he's in a good place in his life, in all aspects. So, Lovely One says, I can't stand Jay Wilson his gossipy ass, but when you get in his business, he tells you it's none. I agree. I agree. I agree. No, I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's Lovely Love, but I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree that when things starts to get a little bit, he'd be like, "You don't have to know, damn it. It's my right not to tell you." He gets into all cursing and stuff. I'll be damned if you tell me if I got to tell you more than what I want to tell you, even though you contributed to my trip, even though I left you stranded in Vegas. I'll be damned if you need to know. Who the hell do you think you are? Yeah. So I'll be like, but you all up in everybody else's business, all up in their business, getting tea from the background, spilling it in the forefront, but you don't care until it involves you. Mayday, 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 mayday. If anybody got this information, please help me. Please help me. I can't tell you what it's for, but please help me. Like, what? Child, you better let me not put that out there, boy. But let me tell you something. I do think allegedly Jay Wilson was a hoe. I'm gonna tell you why, and I ain't scared to say it because he put the breadcrumbs out here. How he know in every state? Now I know he was a traveling stewardess, I guess. Or you can say a traveling hoe. I don't know. How he know in every city, cities that I've never heard of, places that I've never heard of, crests and crevices, or crusts and crevices in any town, he know where the gay hotspots are. He know who doing what from the college campuses down to the alleyways. He know what's going down in the gay community. I was like, this nigga was a hoe. This dude was hoeing. Hoeing. I mean, he knew everything. I was like, wow. And then you come online and pull at the heartstrings of all these women, making them think you rubbing on your titties with all that taco meat as if it was the taco meat from the Taco Bell that Susie went to. All on that, licking your lips like you a fake ass wannabe LL Cool J. And I was like, tease on these women until somebody blackmails you to tell your truth. Child. What's up, Creole Butterfly? How you doing? Um, let's just think about that. I asked Jay Wilson if he was celebrating Vivian's birthday. He cussed me out like I asked him an unfair question because he got guilt. He got guilt because that was the whole one of the main premises to why they were doing the trip. Then, oh, Vegas, Vivian's sick. Then her parents sick, and if they sick, I'm still saying, well, what they got to do with you? I know he lonely at night, child. I know he lonely. If Jay Wilson wasn't a hoe, he wants to be one. Not looking like a master, he won't. Isn't that called bestiality? Oh my god. Oh. And talking about stank breath, I know Jay Wilson got some hot breath. Cause how you eating and drinking like that all the damn time? He don't say nothing about a mint. He don't never say, "Hold on, y'all. Let me put this mint in my mouth." Hold on 1 second, y'all. He don't never say about putting a mint, but he always talking about how he got to eat that coffee. You know anything about coffee? Coffee give you doo doo breath. Coffee give you doo doo. Coffee give you doo doo breath. Especially if you got a lot of saliva. Oh, we got somebody with a super chat. Thank you, Miss Magnificent. Miss Magnificent, sir, can you please play the clip with this man laughing? Because you kind of sounded like him a minute ago. You laugh, oh Lord. They saying that's me. I don't have him individually. That's the crazy part about it. Oh, but I think this clip has it right here.
Nice. Booty so big, word, Lord, have mercy. Oh, hell no. Okay. Nice. Booty so big, word, Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Ooh, child.
Ooh, right in time for Halloween. Imagine if Dimple showed up. Ooh, child. Anyway, I hope that was the clip you were looking for. Yes, thank you, Miss Magnificent. We appreciate your support. So I hope that was the clip. But no, I don't have that segmented out as an individual clip. Wow, messy. Wow, messy. D Dot says my laugh is infectious. Well, I hope so. I won't be sounding like Bree, Big Bree. Child. It's not like she revving up for something. Oh no, Brianna, how you sound like a fat, fat Albert? I'm like, then Brianna and Pizarro got the same start to their laugh. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. You said those clips still make me. They said, yeah, my clips are outdated. I'm like, why mess? I'm like, why mess with stuff work? You know how hard it is to actually find a clip that resonates with the audience, they find it funny too. It's different what I find funny, but I gotta find clips that I find funny and that y'all find funny. And why mess with that? If you got clips that still showing for 3 years old, 2 years old that people can laugh at, then why mess with that? I mean, and a lot of the stuff that's out there ain't that funny no more. Like seeing somebody get hit by a car, like that ain't funny to me. Rhonda says, OMG, Sir King, please explain how Lemon can stand here and dragons laugh. Seriously, it's way too much. But let me tell you this though, Rhonda, when you ask that question, think about this. Or when you see that, let me say that. When you see that, think about this. Dragons knows or knew Lemon for a long time. Because I was watching it and I was looking at the dynamic, and she keeps Lemon in check by saying, oh, don't make me tell her what I know. I know you. She be dropping like, I know you before this. So when you hear that, or you ask yourself, why does he tolerate her? That's why. They have a long history prior to maybe even his appearance on Avatar Nation. Because she said some, context clues that were like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. So that's relationships determine so much on this application and what people know about each other. Like you can really like kind of like maneuver people by what you know about them. You can really be a puppet master about what you know about them. To be honest, I'm just telling you 100. So, and let me tell you the ultimate flex, Rhonda, just by popping up on a panel. Somebody can start talking, and if they feel that person talking too much, they'll just pop up, greet the host of the platform, greet whoever else is on the platform, and just sit there. And their presence alone is enough to get that person to shut up or steer the conversation in total different light than where that person who popped up think it's going. So watch that too. That's another way of controlling people, and you don't without everybody seeing it. Creole says, "Oh wow," she says that. Yeah, she does say that. What's your thought on no dragon? What's your thought? No dragon. What you mean? Big Brontosaurus grizzly bear black breed sounds exactly like Fat Albert. Oh, no, she rev it up to laugh. She rev it up. Oh, we gotta see what's how's okay say. Okay, I read that one. All right, let me see what else y'all say in the chat. Black Girls Code says, in my opinion, Lemon is probably dealing with a lot. It's just my intuition. A lot of people or a lot of situations. Shakim is a big dummy if he thinks Lemon is never going to reveal what he's seen on his laptop. That's an interesting thing. Lovely one. I think Lemon saw something. Because why say that I saw something on your laptop? We would normally say, I saw something on your phone. Right? I'm not there. So I'm just putting myself in. It's just weird to me for one to say I saw something on your laptop. And then again, it just sticks to me like I would just say, I unless I would make it. I'm just saying if I was making something, I would say, "Oh, I saw something on your phone. Oh, I saw somebody message you something on your phone." But to go to someone's laptop, oh, I saw something on your laptop. Unless I really did. Unless I really did, and I feel Lemon did see something on the laptop, accidentally, intentionally, really don't matter. But he saw something. I feel. Well, it is. I don't know, but I know Shakim was worried. And I bet you Shakim has the history, allegedly. No, I'm not gonna say allegedly. Shakim does give off the persona that he would have done private shows for certain people if they would have put the amount of change in his pocket. Because I'll tell you why. If you're willing to send a dick pic to ODS for a motherfucking redirect, what are you willing to do for a motherfucking $100? Let me say that one more time. If you're willing to send a dick pic to another content creator who has a history of being messy for a motherfucking redirect, then what would you do for $100? Now you can read in between the lines of that. Okay? So Lemon, who probably was doing something hard, like just innocent on his computer, probably hit something, saw something, hit the back button too many times, accidentally clicked on the cursor on the wrong folder. Okay. And somehow, some way, to keep him sane, he said, okay, I'm not gonna tell, but stay in your place. That's what I feel. I cannot believe Lemon publicly admitted to something like that. Because Lemon is stuck between telling the truth and a lie. Lemon is not a finesser. Lemon actually don't want to be synonymous with lying. Sometimes he lie, but sometimes he does that so the damage of the truth don't come out or don't be as severe. So Lovely One says, you dang on right, Lemon, seeing something by the way he told Shakim he went through it and the way Shaquille reacted. Oh yeah, I don't believe in all them tears. I don't believe that tear, but I think Shaquille was at a moment of like desperation. Like, how do I stop this, and what do I need to do to stop it? And I felt the best way was to maybe pretend to cry because I think he knows Lemon does have a heart. So to stop it from going out, because if you got proof, it don't matter what you say. So whatever Lemon saw, and if he had proof or he could give vivid details, it's a wrap for Shaquille. Because Shaquille is still running around talking about he's straight or whatever that is. So okay, that was the ultimate in wickedness to go through Shaquille's computer. I don't think he went through it. I think it's an accident. It's a lot of things you see that you're not supposed to see. If you hit the back bar, if you hit the back button too much, you click on the wrong icon or the wrong tab. You know, it's a lot you can see. It's a lot you can see in people's history. So, you know. Lemon show Shaquille proved that he had the goods. Lemon now admits he purposely invaded Shaquille's privacy. I just said this has been a whole public smear campaign for Lemon, to be honest. Like he, I think, I just think he messed up from the image department. You know, I'm not saying how he looks, but from the Lolo thing to the Shaquille thing, those are not good looks. You know, Rhonda says, "Sir King, it wasn't an accident." Okay, I got you. Shaquille has been deeply hurt in his past. He learned to repress to cope, just like Ness, I feel, and a whole bunch of other people running around here. Nikki Jackson says, so is Lemon. Lovely One says, Lemon needs to stop drinking while doing his show. You damn right. Big Lemon is not Vanessa. Big Lemon has his own people. Oh, for sure. Because I think a lot of people don't like Ness. She's annoying. She's an embellisher. And she has like a insecurity. It's just, it sucks to see somebody sabotage their own success because of their own insecurity. Now she may have sabotaged her relationship with the sponsor because her own insecurity about how close the sponsor was to Lolo. You know what I mean? The sponsor isn't yours. The money isn't yours. So for you to rely on someone and then strategize how to keep them, I mean, okay, that might be wise, but you don't control them. They have the right to do whatever they want to do. They may see that you're a bad investment or whatever. No, you good, Miss Magnificent. What was your question? Oh, you said, oh, okay. Yeah, he does. Lemon saw his name on that computer in a message, and that's what started. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, Spicy. He did it on purpose, or he wouldn't have hit any buttons. Okay, lovely one. Nikki Jackson says, Lemon not innocent. I understand. Like I said, I'm not there. We're all guessing. You know? If he said he did it on purpose, he did it on purpose. Lemon drinks and then he starts talking too much. That's the perils of alcohol. Beans Incorporated said he apologized if he and Shaquille are good. It's good with me. Yes and no, Beans Incorporated, because you got to start thinking when is the day they're going to fall out again and what is going to be divulged as to what Lemon saw. Right? Are you embarrassed for Lemon? Mommy, embarrassed? I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed for him. No, I'm not embarrassed. I just see there's some missteps that might have long-term consequences. That's all. You know, it's just not what you do now. It's what happens 6 months, a year to now from now. That's what I say. You know, because you don't know who's sitting on what. That's the only issue. You don't know who's sitting on what. And that's it. I'm not embarrassed for him. The thing is, you gotta do things. He wants to do things his way. Okay. We all have choices, Mommy Popo. You know? That queen says super insecure. Ronald says, I didn't like Ness when she used to hit your links, her king. She was troubled then also. Yeah, but she was trying to make me look like a fool. because she thinks that she's intellectually superior or maybe be able to mentally out finesse people. But then she comes across as looking like a fool too, just like Lolo did to her. She thought that one, Lolo wasn't going to hit that link. Two, that Lolo wasn't going to reference the receipts, and then wound up being making a fool out of. Because her whole thing, her whole premise to the start of her broadcast was what Lolo kept contacting the sponsor. But come to find out, no, and you're wrong. The sponsor kept contacting Lolo. So she played herself in that. She can't fake tears. I think it was definitely fake tears. Beans and Corbin says, you think I don't? To what? What do you mean you think I don't? To what? Because your previous comment, Beans and Cornbread, says he apologized. He and Shaquem are good. It's good with me. Oh, that you don't think that as to win? Well, I said that comment because the one you made before, you think is good with you. They're not really good. They're good for now. So they're not really good. They're good for now. I don't. Lemon didn't even like Shaquem in the beginning. I think. See, you got under. I'm not saying you don't understand, but there's a lot of talking in the background, and y'all was saying I would never refer to a man. I'm just doing my honest commentary, and that's how I know Lemon and Shaquem were talking in the background because you never refer to a man that says, "Oh, you're fun sized and cute." From what I heard, so that tells me you go from not liking the person to the comment on his physical characteristics to let me know that y'all were talking heavily in the background, which is your right. But you did not like that man. I don't like Keith. I think he's annoying. I think you can't trust him. But I think, like a lot of these people, they have to adapt to survive. So Shaquem brings his way of adapting in his real life online, which is to dance, sing, scam, overpromise, whatever. Because that's what he has to do in his real life. So, Miss Beneficent's Ness is fake is immature. That's it. That's all. I can't stand fake ass people. Especially when no one did anything to the stupid woman. Yes, I said it and I'll take it back. Yeah, but and I'm sure you do, Miss Magnificent. She had three tries at this. She was a content creator before. She was upset that the men at that time got more attention than a woman. So she stood up here and did an experiment as Craig. She found out that people didn't like her as Ness, but they like Craig. Now, how process that, Miss Magnificent? You have an alter ego as a man. So you telling me that people like you as a man more than they like you as a woman in your natural form? That had to be so self-defeating every time. I'm sure she had to think about it. Every time she had to hit the live button as Ness, she's like, damn, nobody liked me. But let me go and put on this persona as a man, and they love me. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. Ness not a lesbian, but slept with the heat for money. She gay for pay. That's what Ness is. Ness is gay for pay. For real, for real. She gay for pay. If you got money, I don't. She came on here screaming, "I'm not a lesbian. I'm strictly dickly," and then you turn around and be strictly tilapia for coin. What? I was gonna say something. Oh! Well, the way she eat tilapia, I thought caviar wouldn't be no problem. Talk about the texture. Talk about the texture was raw. Girl. Anyway, let's move on from that. You said Ness, you get what you put out. Ness, you get what you put out. I agree. Craig was hilarious or brilliant, you say? Mm. Yeah, it was. She had 2 lives. I don't like that bitch anymore. Ooh, child. Cause she's so like fake arrogant and like I'm control you. Slut. I'm like, why are you talking to people like that? Like, is that how you were spoken to on the job? Like, what? This is crazy. Beansy Corbett says, why not? Why not tilapia? Why not trout or bass? You gotta ask Ness that. All right. Black Girls Code says, SK, in my opinion, you were more popular with some of these fake CCs. Lemon would have welcomed your presence on his platform, but because you weren't, he wanted to distance himself from you. I didn't like. Hold on. SK, in my opinion, you were more popular with some of these fake CCs. Lemon would have welcomed your presence on his platform, but because you weren't, he wanted to distance himself from you. I didn't like that. Oh yeah, I mean, I heard him say that he didn't want to fight my battles and all that, but he wasn't the leader of the army. So when you second in command, you get to enjoy the how can I say the luxury of not being the focus of the assault. So I had to take many a hit from many different directions, and they thought while he was sitting in the lieutenant chair that they could use him as an asset to cause a direct hit to my channel, right? So it's a lot to process. Black Girls Code. Um, it's just a lot to process because it seems like he don't have an issue with none of the people that tries to cause harm to my channel, which is fine. I mean, it's like I say, it's an eye opening experience because it's just I don't know, it's just weird. I'm sorry for I'm a loss for words because I'm trying to process your question and reflect on what I've gone through with those people at the same time. So it's just eye opening that you're welcoming. And I'm gonna use two words: welcoming and tolerant. It's not like you're tolerant of them, but you're welcoming. Um, because many of a day, many of a night, I had to go and hear people bash me and then use him as a pawn to hope that would separate us. But all the while, he was clear and understanding as to what was going on. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm at the forefront of the assault. So to see someone welcoming, I don't. It's weird to me, and like what's weird is this back end conversation shit. I don't talk to many people in the background just because, like I said, I don't know who you're talking to. Like there's people I talk to. I do talk in the background, but they are supporters of the show. They're not content creators. Like if I talk to a content creator, it's about content. It's not about did you hear this? Did you hear that? Da 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 da. Because that's just not good for business. Um, so like going back to answer your question is just I'm not asking anyone to take up my battles, but it causes me to bring in or to analyze the 100% genuineness of what transpired over here, or the genuineness of the support of the platform by the co-host. And the reason why I say that is because everything was done together. So to see the welcoming of people who intentionally defamed, slandered, sabotage what we had going on, and then to be welcoming is just weird. It's like one of those things that you see in the WWE or WWF where there's a tag team of two people, and then they have these nemesis that's another tag team that they don't like, and then the person of the one tag team goes to the other side to join against you. That's what I could best relate to you. And then they got like, oh, what? Like the person is just like thrown off by that because they didn't see it going coming, but then you see that they've been talking for a minute. But I mean, it's just weird. It's just Lemon's different, and I think some of those people embody maybe the principles and the characteristics that he likes. Some of them like the ratchetness and um, stuff that, you know, I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a question I have to analyze deeply. So, okay. So Craig was cool. Ness acts very entitled. She does. She does. Um. Oh no, you didn't, Sir King. Miss Van says, I give everyone a chance and will forgive. However, I truly don't like her ass no more. I don't like her. I mean, she's hard. She's becoming hard for more and more for me to stomach. Um, and that will be the downfall of her channel because you can't yell at supporters of your channel like that. Because while you're yelling at one, you're turning off many. Right? Let me say it again. While you're yelling at one, you're turning off many. So, so we'll see. Her insecurity will get her. Wanda Blazier says, "Wait, you never asked him to fight your battles. You never needed him to do that. You can't." Yeah, I'm glad he took up. Now, did he take up some of my? Yeah, he took up some of my battles, and I'm appreciative of that. But it just calls into question the genuineness of that. And when I say calls into question, I'm not saying that it was fake. It was not true, but it calls into the authenticity of that, right? Because you're welcoming in all those people. Like he even welcomed in motherfucking Tracy. And I'm like, how Tracy gonna be a benefit to you? How can Tracy now Tracy up there sitting there calling me a whole damn pedophile, all this other bullshit, and you're even welcoming her. Tracy has no entertainment value to you, Lemon. So why the fuck would you entertain her? That's how I feel. Like of all people, I understand entertaining a Ness, maybe even a Dimple to some degree because of the entertainment liveliness they bring, but Tracy brings nothing. 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 She had an epic hype on a cruise. But in terms of daily content value, nothing. And when he says, "Oh, hey, Tracy," I'm like, "Wait a minute, is this the same Tracy that said all that shit about me?" Okay, okay. And yes, I was on Tracy's panel before I had my own. But damn, that was even before Lemon. So, Miss Raven says yes. That's my guilty pleasure. Ratchetness. That's totally cool. That's totally fine. Ugh. Rhonda, I was hoping he was talking about another Tracy when I heard that shit. I stopped watching this 5 months ago. I don't even peek over there. Yeah, I think you have to be careful with her content, her style of delivery. You have to be very careful with. Plus, I don't think she's capable to handle the stress that comes with the hate at your high. Because there's so much hate that comes with that you don't even deserve because of the momentum. You know what I mean? And she's shown that she's not able to deal with it. She suffers from severe paranoia. She don't know who talking to who, what she think is talking to what. As many times that she flipped out on Lemon thinking he was going to do what based on what somebody said, it comes out to not be the truth. She winds up spilling her true feelings and intentions. She's not built for the big time. I'll tell you that much. She's not. Some things you don't even need to respond to in the forefront. So. Oh, I understand D Dot, but you see the reason why I said it was because she then went on her community wall and told people to call a certain hotline to report me. For what? So that's why I mentioned that D Dot, but I didn't mention the whole detail. But she did that. Like what? Like Tracy I mean, he suffers from the village syndrome. He want everybody in the village to like him. Everybody not gonna like you. And if they do like you, you better be prepared about what they doing. Everybody's not going to like you just because of your numbers alone. No other detail. It may be your numbers alone. That's it. Not that you said something about them, not that you said something about their friend, or that's nothing you said about their city, home, state, nothing. It's the numbers alone. They're jealous because you're getting numbers that they're not getting, and all that. If he was getting 95, 50 in his chat, Ness wouldn't even tolerate him. Ness would call him a motherfucking peon, a slut, and to get away from her. That's it. Paulette, I ain't got no issue really with Paulette. She messy and she admitted, and she knows how far to go. So, but that other one, oh hell no, she's got issues. She gets a lot of unwarranted hate, but she absolutely makes it worse for sure. And some of the stuff she uses for content at her own detriment because she's putting gasoline on the fire. Just sometimes you just don't even need to address. Well, at least Tracy likes her supporters. She don't disrespect them unless you disrespect. Mm, mm, mm. I saw her call out once. I saw her call out one supporter. She's like, "Why you not a member, babes? What happened to your membership, babes?" Well, maybe the member couldn't have paid no more, Tracy. Damn, why are you sitting up there putting her business on blast? Maybe she couldn't afford to pay it. Maybe she's one of the memberships that she had to cut this month. But babes, why you not a member anymore? What happened? Y'all, you know it. It's the first of the month. It's rent day. What that mean? What the supporters got to do with your rent? Send me a cash app, y'all. What? I understand. I'm not coming at you, Miss Magnificent, but I'm just saying, just try not being a member. No, be a member. Take the membership back and see how much you like it is. Rhonda says he is in the wrong sector to want to be like everyone. To be like by everyone. Yeah. What's up, Room Shaker? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Didn't she have a funeral for the... Yep, she sure did. She sure did. And I feel he was a little bit touched by that. You know. But she don't care about nobody. Ness uses anybody to get where she wants to go. No matter how long term the consequences are going to be, if she can get an inch over where she currently is, then she don't care. You're a golden human and also I'm all right. I try to be, but I try to live by the Lord's tenets and principles. But thank you for the compliment, D-Dot. I try to do what I can do. I'm not perfect by any way, shape, or form, but I damn sure try to be, a good person. Ruby Lady 06 says, "Hey, Sir King, how you doing, Ruby? Good to see you. Thank you for being here." The Queen says, "Oh my God, she's still over there doing that." Yeah, I mean, she do a lot. She do a lot. She don't care. I mean, she want the money in her pockets. I'm going to pass my nickname to you, SK, the Silent Storm. That's the one of my. Oh, okay. I'll be checking you out over there. Why you causing havoc? But while you the Silent Storm, please don't make it rain on her. No. Well, I like Nick Saban said, if you want to be liked, sell ice cream. But even if you sell ice cream, you won't be liked because people won't like you because you may be selling chocolate when they really like vanilla or strawberry. The Queen says, "Why do you think she has so much animosity for Ro and Lolo? They ain't really dead ish. Because they are two things. They are lower tier people that she could pick on for content. But three, they're getting attention that she doesn't want them to get. Right? They're now being spoken about instead of her. She's insecure. She wants everything only her to be talked about, to be honest. She don't want to share no low light. She doesn't want to share no time or no content with those two. They're lower tier to her. They're like peons to her. So she's like, why address them? So if they're getting attention, let's really put this attention on them and make them content. But she played herself. So D Dot says, but you're a good soul. That's all that matters. I try to be. I try not to live my life in strife. I try not to create no enemies. I was at the gas station and I had the right to pull up to this pump. So somebody in a BMW go try to outmaneuver me to get it. You know what? I let them have it. Even though I was right, I could have got in my car, pulled my chest, and say, "Bitch, what you gonna do?" Right? But no, I let it, and I spit off in that damn gas station, almost hit the BMW, and left. Why? Because I didn't want no strife. But I did want to know I wasn't cool with the way they trying to the posture and try to get it. Motherfucker, if I'm there at the pump, why are you sitting there with your BMW curved sideways as if I had no right to be there? Like, for real. But I could see that going like, why I'm gonna get in an argument, then, we're gonna have a violent situation on our hands, right? When I could have just sped off, which I did, and went around and went somewhere else. Right? It ain't worth it over no damn gasoline. So yeah, I try to live right. What's up, Bertha May Jackson? You added the Jackson back to your name. I'm glad to see. Let's see what I'm saying. Okay, Miss Randall says that's why my lieutenant colonel called me, so I kept it. That's why my retire. Oh, okay, I got you. I was like, what? Rudy, Lady 06 says, sorry, Ruby, Lady 06 says, that's so true. Man, Miss Magnificent says, it was in a good way, though. I'm just passing. Oh, I understand. That queen says, yes, that makes so much sense, as she didn't like living in Row getting close either. Oh my God, are you just, the queen, you almost got me in trouble. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Okay, so Ness jealous of platonic friendships, too? Gee, she's very controlling. Lori and Ro are far from innocent. Lori has an unhealthy relationship with the truth. I watched throw SK under the bus, then drop down and lie about it. Yeah, I really was gonna name this live Ness the Ungrateful, Coniving Negro, Lolo the Chameleon. That's what I was gonna really call her, the Chameleon. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see what y'all saying. I added my last name on. Thank you, Miss Jackson. I appreciate you for adding your last name on. Because we know you as Bertha May Jackson, not Bertha May. But anyway, you can be who you want to be. Me too, SK. I try my best to treat everyone. I do. I really do. I've learned the two things I learned in life is be patient, don't react initially. Because I recently had a situation with an email. I think I may have told you this. Somebody sent out something that was wrong. And I was going to respond. I was like, because it was coming into the holiday weekend. I was going to respond. And someone said, don't respond. Like, don't respond. And sure enough, I did not respond. And at the end of the day, I was vindicated. The other person was made to look like a fool who was trying to trash me. And I just learned, don't respond. Just like I told you about that group chat. Didn't respond. What happened? The basketball guys took care of him today. He looked like complete trash on the court today. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to reply in the group chat and say, put a name on it. It's just be calm. Be patient. Just wait. Let's wait. You're going to get your truth. You're going to get your truth. At the end of the day, just wait. You know? But don't be afraid to check somebody. I mean, if you have to check somebody, then check them. You know? But always try to do it professionally so they can't use it against you. All right, D Dot says the golden rule is treat others as you like to be treated, except on the YouTube streets. Now, D Dot, that's not. I gotta disagree, D Dot, because I came on here, and as you know, you've been around for ages. I came on the YouTube streets treating women with nothing but respect, refrain from calling them bees, anything, cursing. I refrain from all that. But that only got me like a prize put on my head to see how far can you push him to break out of his element. So around here, they don't like that. In real life, yes, that's a great life rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. So that's how I feel. All right, y'all. So hopefully y'all been thoroughly entertained. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Thank you also to Miss Magnificent and the Regina Show for sending their support to the broadcast. I appreciate y'all so much. So yes, I think we talked about everything. For those real world news, be on the lookout for the jobs report this Friday. That's going to send a lot of shockwaves through the economy because it's telling us if we're losing jobs or if people are losing their jobs and so forth. So you may see the stock market become a little bit rattled. I'm just letting y'all know because I think that's what's going to happen, which is going to entice the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. So we'll see. We'll see. You was a doormat at first. I tried to bring because as an audience member, I was like, this is terrible. Like y'all yelling and y'all cursing at each other like this and doing this. I'm like, what do the executives at Google really think about y'all behavior? Um, but then when you get in the trenches of it, you see some people want that. This is the adult area, so some people like you an adult, you don't need to censor yourself like a child. So it's adaptive. It's adapting, um, but also standing up for yourself too. So BAP says that situation in Georgia has me mad. Are you talking about the school bang bang? But I don't know which situation you're talking about though. Ruby Lady says Limit is still new to being controversial. I think he'll figure it out in time. Right now, it may appear he is people pleasing, but trust it'll get old. Yeah, he said on his show like, "Oh, you want me to be this, not me, but the audience. Y'all want me to be this sweet, kind little person." Da, 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 da. No, I don't think it's that. It's just, I don't know. Dino said you did your best, SK, not your fault. No, I did. No, you had to. I learned that I had to adapt the content for the people to some degree. And some women wanted me to curse them out. They got turned on by that. They got turned on me by calling them a bitch, and all that. Like therapy, I had to call her a saucer headed hoe, right? Because she called me a bitch ass nigga. And I said, no, you saucer headed hoe. And then she started laughing like that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like things like that people just respond differently than you think they would. Sometimes they want to get cursed out by a man because maybe their man is not as dominant as they want to be. So maybe they want a man to call them like "shut up, bitch." You know what I mean? Because they get turned up by. Or maybe they wear the pants in the relationship and they want to be dominated by a man, so they want a man to curse them out. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird on here. And then when I started cursing them out, they're like, "Ooh, yeah, I like that. Say that again." I'm like, "What the hell?" Oh Lord, I gotta say, it's crazy out here, boy. It's weird. So weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, that situation in Georgia is sad. It's just terrible. I mean, and then, yeah, it's like I said, Baps. School ain't school no more. School is a motherfucking war zone. And like I told him, you ain't got to worry about the bully like back in the day. You got to worry about the bully and the bullied. You got to worry about the bully and the bullied. You got to worry about the boy that's getting bullied every day coming back and you being in the crossfires of his anger. Like, what? I'm glad. Nope. I pass. I pass. I pass. I pass. You said that was too funny, and she knew you were kidding. Yeah, I was like, what? She thought she could trigger me. I'm like, no, nope. You said you remember when I called her that? Yeah. Like, what? Running around here with a whole alien hat on, thinking that she a wannabe Beyonce. I'm like, girl, get out of here. So yeah, so we're gonna end the broadcast. So saying thank you for your support. Offline, online, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture $, Hurricane Crown. Um, I'll share that on another line. Y'all gonna share something for y'all since everybody's sitting. No, I ain't gonna say that. I'll say it for another line. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you everybody for being a wonderful, engaging audience. Prayers up to the people in Georgia. We really do have an epidemic on our hands regarding guns. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time. I always tell you to know your exits. When you enter a building, know your exits. When you go to the movies, know your exits. When you're going to a meeting, whether it be city council or even the what they call them, PTA, know your exits. Sit. I would say sit by a motherfucking exit. To be honest, I would say know how to get to it because if somebody come banging, you're gonna be the first one to go. Like meaning, like if he come in banging, he gonna see you first. No, I would say know how to maneuver to the exit. But be aware. Like be aware of people who may seem a little bit off. be aware of things that just ain't right. I hate to end the broadcast that way, but if we're gonna talk about it, we gotta talk about how we not a victim of it. So that's what I could say. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. Like our kids, something's wrong. Something is broken. Like they keep saying, "Oh, back in the day, that was happening." No, back in the day, that wasn't happening. They say, "Oh, back in the day, that was happening. Y'all just didn't have social media." No, this killings. The kids can't be kids. I just say the kids cannot be kids. I don't think kids are kids these days. Either they're making up for their parents' burdens, but they're introduced to so much at such a young age. They just, I don't know, they just can't be kids, right? They just can't. And then our society is glorifying bullying, harassment, making the fun of people, showing people in embarrassing light. At that age, you're not really well equipped to deal with the embarrassment. You think it's the end of the world. So you're gonna wind up either taking your life or taking the life of other people. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this social media. I think social media is the catalyst of all this, to be honest, because everybody like to film shit. I don't film stuff. I really don't. In my real life, I really don't film because that's not my nature. Now, if I see something like, oh shit, I may pull out, but I'm not gonna film anything for the humiliation. If I see somebody falling down and hurt or whatever, I'm not pulling out my camera. I don't do that shit. You know what I mean? But everybody's so conditioned to now film the embarrassing moment of someone. So who knows? I've got to read into that story, Babs. I saw the headlines. We don't know what the triggering point is. I know that two students and two teachers were unalived. Um, I don't know. It's sad. It makes you want to keep to yourself. Babs says these kids don't have hope and the kids don't have fear. Deadly combination. I agree. Because these kids don't feel love. They don't feel love. And then the parents still want to be kids. Like, what? I'm really scared to. I see the thing with me. I'm different. I'm really scared to engage with a child. Meaning, I don't like to interact with them because if you disrespect me or if you hit me, I'm not looking at your age. I'm looking at proving a point and to fuck you up. But I think a lot of these kids know they're protected to some extent by the law, so they be intentionally trying to provoke um adults and shit, knowing that they can get away with certain things. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I stay away from young folks as much as I can. I mean, even on the basketball court, I really do because I've I've I told you about that one kid I had was disrespectful as hell while he's wearing his mama gym shorts. I'm like, nigga, you better watch who you talking to. You don't even have a high school degree. Are you talking to me like that? You better pipe down a little bit, little boy. Better pipe down a little bit, little boy, while you wearing your mama's gym shorts. You better take them flowery shorts back to her and come in here when you get some grown man Nikes on. But yeah, it's just I just stay away from kids, man. They not man. They killing their parents while they sleep. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all kids? I mean, not y'all kids, but these kids. What? Like, Yeah, Babs, that's the best way. Engage with the young people that's in your family because that's where you can have the most immediate impact. Lana Brazil says sometimes it doesn't matter, especially when they knock on your front door and put a to your head and rob you. Trust me. Yeah, I know. I agree. And then Rhonda, when you put two ones in their chest, put two to the chest, what they're gonna be looking at you talking about my baby was nothing but an angel. Why you had to do that to my baby? You didn't have to kill my baby. And I'm gonna sit up there, excuse my friend, like fuck your baby. Your baby about to kill me, so one of us had to go. Like you know what I'm saying? You should have raised your baby right, right? I can't stand that. They kids be out there doing the most, robbing, terrorizing the community, and then be the first one to say they didn't have to kill him. So what they supposed to do? Die? Who? They didn't have to kill him, but your kid out here robbing, terrorizing people, flaunting with death. What? Or flirting with death? Like what? Get out of here. Better get your kid. That's why they need to put it back where the kids can spank, where the parents can spank their kids. Put a crucifix back in the school so there'll be a reminder of God. It's just like, oh. So yeah, I agree. So that's my 2 cents, y'all. D Dot says I try to influence the younger generation, but sometimes it's depressing. D Dot, then they want to be making fun of you. Then they want to turn around and make fun of you. For real, for real. I've had that experience. You sit up here trying to be a mentor for these kids, and they want to sit up there and make fun of you. Like, what? Now, if I was to joke about you, then it's gonna be an issue, right? If I was to say you look like buckwheat to go comb your hair, go get a haircut, you gotta run to your mama. And then I gotta deal with you, your mama, your uncle, your wherever your daddy is, and your 2 brothers. But nothing can be said when you want to sit up here and make fun of an adult who trying to help. Not today. Not today. At times it seems like the parents leave. At times it seems like the parents leave to strangers what they should be doing at home, right? Because they weren't ready for the responsibility, right? They weren't ready for the responsibility. And let's talk about this. B dot. It's an expensive responsibility. It's very expensive to raise a child this day and age. Like I keep telling you about the economy. The cost of things are higher than it's ever been. That includes basic necessities. So you as a parent stressing to the point that you're trying to provide for your child because your child need diapers, formula, clothes. They growing like weeds, so you got to sit there and try to make sure they're fully clothed. Then you got your necessities like paying for power, water, shelter. You know what I'm saying? So things back in the day, you could get you a good, decent job and be able to cover the necessities of your life and also raise your child in a decent way. Not today. I went into the store today. I'm like, damn, these prices are still high. Why is it sitting up here called $5 for a bottle of apple juice when just 3 years ago it was at least $2.99? Mm-hmm. What's up, illuminated, enlightened minority? Thank you for your $2. I appreciate your support and for subscribing and for your support of the channel. I appreciate it. Ruby Lady says, love this conversation. These kids are out of control. Yes, they are. They are totally out of control. But the laws have made it so hard to govern them, to correct them. What they say, spare the rod, spoil the child. If it's in the motherfucking Bible, then it's life, wisdom, and guidance. Spare the rod, spare the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You know? So, we'll see. We'll see. And then let's just say this, D-Dot. Not D-Dot, excuse me. Let's just say this, Baps. So, if the teacher was to put 2 in the chest of that child, because all I heard was that he gave himself up immediately, then all eyes, I bet you, 65% of the eyes would have been on that teacher to see how she or he could have de-escalated the situation and didn't have to take the child's life. I guarantee you that. I guarantee if the teacher was to have unalived the shooter, 65% of the content would have been, or the questioning would have been, what policy, procedure, or plan could have been in place for her to or him to not unalive that child. I'm just telling you. Did I say the Bible? I didn't say the Bible. I say F the. I didn't say you can't say MF the Bible. I didn't say that. I said maybe MF your child. I say MF your child. That's probably what I probably said. Fuck your child. Your child coming out here causing bedlam and shooting and killing and robbing people. It's just a matter of time. Like you shouldn't be up here. Like I'm just sorry. I'm just truthful with it. I hate, like I told you, when they come on the news, sitting up here saying my baby, you didn't have to kill my baby, but you know he's causing havoc in the community. It's just a matter of time. And to be callous and cold, you should be prepared for his demise. If I have a son out here running around, shooting and killing, and I know of it, and the police coming to my door looking for him over continuously, and he's only getting away with it because he's the minor, I'm getting ready prepared. And to be cold and calculated, I might take out an insurance policy on his ass because I know his days are numbered. Sorry. Because he's refusing to do what is right while all around terrorizing the community. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry when I say that, but I'm so sick of that shit. I'm sorry. Now, if he was a rogue model student that got tired of being bullied, now I can understand she coming on, that's my baby. I understand. I didn't see it. I understand that. But not when you know Pookie out here shooting and killing people and robbing and stealing, and they come into your house looking for his ass, and you know that. No, I'm sorry. I can't. I gotta speak truth on that. Let me see what else y'all saying. Ronald Blurziel says you're correct. D Dot says she would have been a hero and saved lives. Sometimes you have to do what you is it. Oh, I totally agree. They totally agree. You know, one of the commandments is thou shalt not kill. But I'm sure if you had a conversation with God or whoever you worship, he would be like, okay, but also defend yourself too. You know, I'm sure it said thou shalt not kill, but I mean, in that situation, I'm sure God doesn't like when you attack the innocent. Also, right? He doesn't like when the innocent are harmed, but you know, he don't say when the red what do you call it? When the wicked against the wicked. I guess he don't mind the wicked taking out each other, but when the wicked is taking out the innocent, I feel that's when he has an issue. Bab says that's true, D Dot, but people would have been questioning it. All right, D Dot says Bab, of course they would, because they weren't in that situation at the time. Hypocrites. Yes, Rhonda. Pookie. Ruby Lady says, did y'all see where a black principal lost her eye due to a child? He was throwing chairs at her and ended up throwing a wooden hanger in your child. If that happened to me, my ass would have turned into the Terminator and be one-eyed chasing him. I would have smashed his head into the damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't sit up there and say it's. You just can't sit up there and say, "Oh, she's an educator. She's supposed to have emotional intelligence." No. All right, y'all. That's my broadcast. Thank y'all so much for being an engaging audience. I know we closed out on a serious note, but it's a truthful note, and that's what matters in the end. Feel free to hit the thumbs up live. I appreciate that if you do. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture $sign Circle Crown. Thank you, Miss Virginia, for your external support on the platform, so I'm not subjected to the tariffs caused by Mama YouTube. So I appreciate that so much. Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. What did you say, D-Dot? Nothing shocks me more. Nothing, which is, yeah. D-Dot, I've turned very callous to a lot of situations. I still have a heart. Don't get that wrong. But I'm very callous to a lot of things. I care, and probably if I see it, I mean, I'm going to do something about it. But in terms of my emotional meter, there's so much shit going on out here. I'm callous to a lot, and I think sometimes you got to have a callous to some degree in order to survive, to be honest. With that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Take care. Have a wonderful night, day, wherever you are. Thank you to my wonderful moderators and Tofuans. I will talk to you guys soon. All right? Take care and have a great one, y'all. And save your money if y'all can. I mean, because I think, like I said, if you position yourself right, you can scoop up some great buys because of, they say, impending recession. With that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Take care. Bye, y'all.
Tofu Alley. No beef, just tofu.